Hello and welcome back to Drunk and Disorderly. I am your host, Dre, and I am joined tonight with our guest host, Mr. Caleb Salvatore.
What the fuck is up? The man
Aaron
you
is
love to hate.
Oh, yeah. Because Caleb's never funny.
Your listeners either think I'm hilarious and they like cut fucking clips of me out on their own, or they absolutely hate me and it's just this fucking hack. He's a failed comic. I'm like, I'm not a failed comic. I'm a failing comic. Get it fucking right. Jesus Christ.
So I actually caught a bit of somebody else's podcast mentioning your last podcast today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was Deep Thinkers and Beer Drinkers. Gabe Frere and Jim Witter. There are two other comedians in Lincoln.
Oh,
they
very
like to mention me every now and then. So, yeah, it's fun.
Very cool. Well, tonight our guest is Pho Chan, or more commonly known as the Philosopher.
Hey,
Yeah.
What's up? Yeah, Pho Chan's like my, hey, what do you call me if we're in person? Are you going to be like, hey, the Philosopher? Nah, I feel bad. So I'm like, just call me Pho Chan, dude. Like,
did I say it right?
Japanese. I think so. You said Pho Chan?
Okay. Yes. Good. Okay.
Nice.
That's totally not what I was going to say. So I'm glad. I thought it was faux. I'm not going to lie.
It's okay.
Illiterate, though.
I literally said that for the first year. Like, even myself, I grew up eating pho, and I was like, it's the Pholosopher. I'm like, what am I? It's because I read English. You read English.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, yeah. I read.
One of my friends is a comic from Iraq, and it's super fun to sit there and watch him try to read English because his first language is Arabic. So
That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Ali, did Ali move away?
Ali is in Denver now. Yes.
I thought.
Yeah, Ali gone. So.
Good luck, Ali, in Denver. So I wanted to have fun tonight because she does so many different things. You have a podcast. You do tons of music videos that I just love, and you have a comic book podcast.
Yeah, Jack does. Jack has a comic series, and I help promote it because I was actually, when I met Jack, I was a fan of his first and foremost. More so like within the day I met him, like not that I was a longtime fan and I stalked him or something, but more just like when I met him, I'm like, oh, he does this, I'm a fan. Kind of thing.
That's cool. Yeah, I kind of heard about you. Can't remember which one I was watching, but you were talking about how you guys met, and it was you talking about how you slid into his DMs because you were a fan. So how long was between you guys started talking online and meeting did that happen?
So, did I slide up in his DMs, you mean?
Yeah, like when you guys first started talking and then when you met in person for the first time, like how long was that?
Yeah, so it was like 2-3 months later. I lived really far away, and I flew over, or he flew me over, rather. And we met, and we're like, okay. And then I went back home, and then I spent the next like 6-7 months like figuring out how to move over.
Wow. Several states away, I take it?
Yeah, like
that is so neat.
Yeah.
You're not originally from the United States?
Hey. No, I'm a first generation. I was born here.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. People like early in the days when like the U.S. government announced COVID and made it public, I started getting those looks. I'm like, no, I was born here. Don't worry.
Jeez.
But actually, it's more like, actually, you should like not be worried because it's already spread and it's been here since November.
See, that's when all that shit was. My girlfriend's one of those Native Americans that looks a little Asian, so I was low key nervous walking out in public with her. I'm like, I gotta keep the strap on me here.
I'm glad you could strap. That's great.
It's Nebraska. Nobody gives a fuck. Yeah, nobody gives a fuck here.
That's cool.
Well, some people do. Some people are freaking weird. I remember I was out collecting signatures for the marijuana initiative, and this guy this guy was talking about, yeah, this lady approached me at a gas station to sign this, but she was open carrying, and that was just weird. And I'm like, what was weird about it? And so we had a conversation about that. I'm like, you're the weird one here, not her. Just because you were in a weird mood at the time or whatever. Because that's what his excuse was. Well, I just got off work and it just startled me. And I'm like, well, a lot of things startle me. It doesn't mean that they're not okay.
Dude, philosophy is hard. Especially when you're not taught it, you know. You just grow up to be so emotionally reactive.
That's what I think a lot of it is. And I can't get with adults who can't, you know, take a breath and like, think about things through for a second.
Yeah. I don't open carry. Nobody knows if I have it.
And I don't either because of that reason, because I'm small and because I think people are nuts and they'll be like, oh my God, she's got a gun.
Well, the cool thing about Nebraska is every entrance has to be labeled, like every public entrance, if they don't want you to have a gun. So like if like certain places don't have it on one end of the store, I just walk in through there. Like, go fuck yourself. You can't do shit to me now.
You pay attention to those signs?
I mean, at the if I not normally, but like, you know, if it's an option and I can protect myself just by going on a different door, you know, from like prosecution, then yeah. So
yeah, you know, I want it to be normalized. That's
same.
I want it to be like, just like if you go to a range, all the guys are strapped, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes girls, and it's cool to be like, I like your piece. What is that? Like, I want to be able to do that, you know, with the greater, broader population.
That would be nice.
Yeah,
there'd be a lot less mass shootings.
I think so.
If everyone knew they were gonna get capped the second they started blasting. This is, you know.
Yeah, keyword everyone, and everyone was trained. Keyword, and then like it's everyone's hard, but you know what I mean. I get it.
The only training I need is Grand Theft Auto. Okay, I got no. Just kidding.
God. I mean, I'm all for legalized prostitution or whatever. But there's that theft part that kind of bothers me.
You know, what can you do? Lesser of two evils.
Brand.
They're just stealing cars at the end of the day, not anything. You know, not your money. So
just assaulting people along the way sometimes.
Dude, so
excuse.
No, you know what? No, I'll tell you off the air. I'm not even going to say it on the air because I don't know who's watching right now.
So. Yeah, we've gotten in trouble with that before. We've had to cut a show.
Oh, God, I forgot about that.
Yeah, John was none too pleased.
What's that?
I said John was none too pleased that we talked about that.
No, that was one show you guys had to cut when I was a guest. There was another show you had to cut with me as a guest, too, because of what I said at the end.
I don't. That is so inconsequential.
So, do you guys do a drinking game, by the way? Because you're the Drunk and Disorderly podcast. Is that?
We don't. We should, because we just sit here.
You could like make a thing. It's like every time Caleb, every time Dre does.
I'm not normally on.
Oh,
yeah, okay, I'm just a guest host.
Dre does something he always does, and you know, one of you who knows her could probably like list the things, and she'll be like, "What?" But it'd be perfect. Or get the audience to suggest. You know, your fans get them to suggest. That'd be cool.
Yeah, we could do that. That is an absolutely great idea.
An idea. Random.
No, we need them because we're
getting what?
Huh?
Getting what?
We're getting like stagnant. I think we had all these great ideas we were gonna do. Like Aaron bought this wheel that we'd spin and put stuff on there like that, and we'd be like, "Oh, it was gonna be like stupid human tricks kind of thing."
You should tell, like, if you got like, I mean, totally do it. Like Legion of Skanks does that. Like, hi, like, do crazy shit. Like, I'll get like a tattoo of like Alex Jones in my ass or something like that if people pay for it.
Mine.
Oh. I think I suggested you do that, though. I would totally do that. No one's going to see it.
Right? I don't go around showing my ass. And
for your spouse, your wife, or your husband.
Well, yeah, but she's never behind me. So that's not... So that's not a concern. We're not into that whole thing. There's never a situation where she's going to be looking down at my naked ass. So
Okay, I don't know what kind of interview you want to do with me, but I'm just gonna say, like, you know, 69.
Yeah, but she's still not looking at, like it still wouldn't be.
I mean, she could,
And
like,
that nothing's gonna turn her on more than Alex Jones at that point. Then if that's what it comes to,
okay,
so
okay. Yeah, that's the kind of girl you have. Well, there you go.
Keep the mood going when she sees Alex's face.
For me, not a turn on, but I mean, he's cool, but I just not for that.
See, I knew she was the one when she said Sandy Hook was a hoax. No, I'm kidding.
Oh boy.
I didn't mean to derail with the. I just had to know.
Have we been deplatformed yet?
We've been deplatformed.
I often feel sorry for Caleb's girlfriend, but she's happy with him, so I gotta be happy for her.
That's Are we gonna attract the loser brigade tonight or no?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Ooh, the loser brigade. What's that?
I don't even know. Like what?
We don't typically get negative comments. The only people that tune into our show actually like us.
Oh, that's what you mean. Got it. The haters.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't really have too many haters. If we do, I don't see them. I don't know what they're saying, and I don't care.
Good.
Every now and then I get some bad ones, but I'm very hit or miss with some people. So
well, when you have episodes titled "The Nurse to Hoe Pipeline,"
hoe to nurse pipeline, they're hoes and then they're nurses. Okay, it's the other way around.
Forgive me. I enjoyed that episode, but
hilarious.
I mean, tell me I'm wrong. You're not a nurse, are you? In real life?
Me?
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah, I used to be, dude.
Did you really?
What are you gonna do about that?
Oh no, I don't.
Assistant.
Just shit on you publicly.
Like
It's just your whole profession.
Nursing assistant, kind of level. Like I wipe your butt, and I would have seen your tattoo if you were there.
Call back. I love it. See, no, that's different.
Oh, what is that? A comedian term? Stand up.
Yeah.
I learned something new. That's cool.
That's how I do how they know comedy. That's what. But yeah, no, that's a callback. See, I don't have an issue with you guys. You guys are doing horrific shit with that kind of thing. It's more like the CNAs that are stealing Percocets from retirement homes, which is all of them, of course.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Cool.
What did we get hate comments?
No.
I haven't. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen any here.
No, Carl's asking if he should start a ruckus, and if so, which kind. I find that to be lacking in everything.
Absolutely. Go share this to like the Fakertarians group or whatever they're called. I would love.
If you put the link in the chat, I'll share to my Facebook.
Fuck yeah.
Absolutely.
We should have done that from the get-go.
Yep, I fallen down on the job. I think.
Do you have interview questions for her, or are we just gonna sit here and shit on nurses the whole time?
Interview questions? Are you new here?
No,
I don't write interview questions.
The first 15 minutes is like a team stand-up meeting. All right, we have an idea for the future, guys. I think we need to be more
basically. You had a team meeting with only one member of your team, which is great, with yourself. So you just bounced ideas off everyone else, which was still more productive than. No, I'm not. No, won't go there either. So.
Okay. I hopefully. Can you describe the ruckus? I love that. What is that?
What type of ruckus do you want to start, man? How about that?
Breakfast Club. That's where that's from.
I haven't seen it.
Oh my god. Typical.
You forget I'm not even I'm not even 30. I'm a baby. So, but yeah, I mean, just let us know what kind of ruckus you want to start. Go share it to all the groups that wouldn't like this, and I know there's groups. I've seen that Fakertarians group. I'm in it. They're like they're critical of her.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah. I don't know why. I don't really pay attention, but
I think I have an idea.
what?
Is it the page that Jack started that they don't like that's supposed to be fucking funny?
Which one? Sorry,
Libertarian guys with Asian wives. Because we can't have fun.
Is that what that is? Are they that bad? I'm like, dude, I am the literal Asian wife, and he's the literal libertarian guy. Like, what do you want? Like,
They shared something about.
I'm gonna be something like libertarian wife of whatever guys.
It was this meme like, can't get laid, don't know how to talk to girls, get a Filipino wife. That's what it said. I'm like, you guys are the racist ones for people that go around and call everybody else racist.
Yeah.
Well, and the
funniest,
one of them tried to hit me with that meme because my girlfriend's in my profile picture, and I'm like, she's not Asian, you fucking racist. You guys are the fucking racists here. Like, Jesus Christ.
Right? All sorts of shit.
Yeah. I mean, when they say, like, oh, you just like your wife because she's submissive, I'm like, that's pretty, like, derogatory to assume that
she's like,
submissive.
Yeah. It's like, I beat the shit out of my husband. You have no idea. Like, fuck you. Like,
Wow.
Is that called the exaggeration?
Yes. Yeah.
I don't even know. I just made that shit up. Okay, callback. Exaggeration. Got the term.
See, it's two new terms today.
Next video that comes out.
No. I wasn't saying you actually. No. Wasn't saying that at all. So I don't know.
Right. But anyway, I was just trying to say that, like, the term racism, like, has lost its meaning by a lot of people. I mean, nowadays, at least in the US, they're just trying to push this idea, a lot of people, that racism is simply internalized oppression from white supremacy, when that's, like, extremely specific and not racism. Like, racism is more generic. It's a broad term that's just simply, do you judge somebody solely based on their race, and that's about it. Do you deem them inferior or superior to you simply because of their race? That's it. Like, and they just messing with the definition and getting people so confused to the point where making jokes about stereotypes is seen as racist. Like, me saying yes please, racist. No, I'm like, literally, I grew up around Asian people, dude. Like, I know what they sound like. Okay, my mom, like, it's hard for her to say the L sound, like, that's just not part of the alphabet. Like, it's not a problem to demonstrate, like, the kind of motifs that we all kind of picked up in our life. And that's part of the fun. That's part of the fun and point of comedy, or entertainment, whatever. It's just to, like, show depictions of the common human experience. And it's, like, so messed up. Like, I'm so annoyed by whatever you call them, SJWs, just people who are just
racism as, like, the word. It's their new go-to if you disagree with them.
Yeah, and it's more reactive. We were talking about emotional reactivity. That's, like, an example of a reactionary movement. There's a lot of reactionary movements in the world, and one of them is the sort of social justice warrior movement. And what I see is, like, a bunch of broken people who have, like, abandonment issues or are, dysfunctional in some way, didn't get their needs met, who are perpetuating the cycle of violence and trauma by not figuring out their core issues and healing them, but instead trying to control others' behavior and force others to make a, quote, safe world for them, a safe space, when it's totally flipping, the idea of responsibility onto others, putting the onus of responsibility onto others. And we saw that last year with COVID, right? You wear a mask to protect me. That is literally backwards, whatever.
Yes.
It's literally backwards. the point of PPE is personal protective equipment. Like, that's it. Like, you're supposed to protect yourself, and it's your responsibility, and it's more effective that way anyway. Like, if you're truly sick, it's a lot it's a way more out of your control to expect everyone else everywhere you go, that's not your property, by the way, to have a mask or whatever. And we can, get into like cloth masks and how most people don't wear it right, and how it's actually disgusting how most people wear it. But even considering if they all wore it correctly, right? Like, you can't even control for that. But what you can control better is when you own yourself and you're like, you know what? I'm going to get the best mask. They say save the N95 mask for the nurses and doctors. F that. I have a weak immune system. I'm going to get the best mask.
I bought the N95 masks just because they wanted to save them for the nurses. I'm like, absolutely not.
Yeah,
you go sell your black market Percocet you stole from work to buy your N95s. This is mine, motherfucker. Like,
that was seriously the most frustrating thing for me through all the COVID thing was the mask holes. Like, worry about yourself. This is my body and it's my fucking face. And how I breathe is up to me, and I'm a healthy individual, so I'll do what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I hated that.
I had a lady in just outside of Kansas City like scoff at me when I walked into a gas station without one coming back.
I've gotten those.
Yeah, mind you, this was like a week ago. Missouri hasn't had a mask mandate in like 6 months, and she like scoffs at me. First off, she looked down at me because she's like 6'4". Right. So she looked down at me and scoffed. And I'm like, listen, bitch, I don't take criticism from Sesame Street characters. So walk your big bird ass out of here. Right. So I don't fucking. But yeah, I mean, it's just a bunch of limp dick losers that never had power in their life now finally have a little bit, and they can use the cops to bully people around. So,
yeah, it's exciting, right? It's a lot of these people have like mundane, sabled lives, like in a relationship with someone they don't really love, whatever.
That's what they deserve.
I just think they work in retail and they're miserable, and they're like, oh, I can exert this tiny bit of power over someone. Like, bye-bye.
Yeah. Oh, I am so glad that we are done calling retail workers heroes, because now I can go back to abusing them without being looked down upon.
It's my verse.
I'm playing. I don't actually abuse retail workers unless they deserve it.
I figured you're just playing because you're a comedian. Yeah. So that's like my first assumption right now. So
that's see, I can pretty much say whatever I want about whoever I want and hide behind satire. No one can touch me. It's the greatest thing.
Secret, dude. We're supposed to be. It's just for humor. That's it.
That's the greatest thing. That's what I love. They can hide behind. For now, not in Canada. I can't. Canada passed a bill at 3 a.m. They're going to start regulating the internet and streaming like TV. So no curse words, no offensive content.
You are kidding.
It's got to make it through their Senate. But yeah, dude, Canada's already crazy. They have like an offensive comment court, and they like fined a comedian $500,000, and he said, "Fuck you, I'm not paying that," and appealed it. Well, they appealed it, and they said, "Okay, you only have to pay us $50,000." And he's like, "Still, fuck you, I'm not paying that." And he like fled to America. He was on Rogan and everything.
Good.
I didn't hear about that. That's crazy, dude.
It was a couple of years ago. I forget what his name was. He's an Indian guy. I don't remember what his name is though. But yeah, he made fun of like a kid with autism, and that's.
Well, don't they have like TV ratings like we do here, like G, PG, PG-13, and so on?
Well,
I mean, they gotta have adult versus kid programming, right?
Yeah, but so think about it. So think about it. It's like they have adult programming, but like. Think about what's it like Fox 42 or what, AMC shit like that. You can't go on and say fuck this, fuck that kind of shit. You can't really touch controversial subjects and have controversial people on, or they'll yank you, right? Because like I don't know what it's called in Canada, but we got the FCC here. It'll be the same thing on the internet. So the Joe Rogans of the world will be gone in Canada. That's gone. You're talking the biggest podcast in the world is not going to be able to play on the airwaves in Canada because they passed this law. If it goes through their Senate and their prime minister signs it.
Yeah, you know what's happening though. I mean, they still have lockdowns in a lot of places in Canada. It's crazy.
Yeah.
They're like preparing for the literal Orwellian takeover. They're like, nope, gotta cut off all information now so we can control literally the whole narrative and all your movements. Like,
Yeah. Of
complete
all the
totalitarian control is what they're looking for. And Australia too.
of all the crazy shit that happened during COVID, even though it was a hoax, is I never would have predicted that that Canada would turn into the fucking USSR. Like, that was out of left field. I never saw that coming. I'm like, I always knew that Trudeau was a little, wannabe Fidel Castro, but I never thought that it would get to this point so fast over there. Like, it's fucking crazy.
Notice how I started to drink as soon as you started talking about like this deep ass shit.
So I was about to ask if you wanted to talk about any current events. I don't know if you want to get into that at all. I know it's kind of a
up to you. Yeah, I like to just come on and your guest, whatever you want to talk about, whatever you're interested in.
What I mean specifically about the current events is like going on in the party right now with Mises Caucus and the LPNH and all that jazz. I've been trying to follow along, but there's a lot.
Yeah, definitely. I haven't. I mean, I've been trying to keep up, but not necessarily follow along each day. I more just do a weekly update. Like, all right, what's the latest? Give me the summary. And for the summary, I'll go to Tom Woods. Tom Woods has a good podcast on it. He just released one about the drama with Carol and
Karen
Harlos. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, Harlos. Yeah, I was like, it's hot. Yeah, her, and also on Dave Smith's podcast, he had Michael Heiss on to talk about it. Michael Heiss is the founder of the LPMC. So I just prefer that one because it's just Michael, it's the founder. That's why. But yeah, I would say either of those. You could watch their latest podcast as of today. Maybe they released another one. That'd be kind of soon, but you could look, and that's a good.
Yeah.
Probably even just like the first 10 minutes.
See, I don't follow the news. I don't follow the news like that. We have our podcast, Bread and Circuses. If you guys want to check it out. My co-host Nick, he follows the news, and he will tell me about stories I've never heard of, and then I will argue with him about something I just learned about 30 seconds prior. We have a really good thing going. So.
Yeah, it's a lot, and I'm ready for it to be over. I'm ready to see what happens. I hope that people start going by the loose rules that we have put in place. I mean, we don't have a lot as libertarians, but there's certain ways to go about things, and that's probably how we should do that. Yeah,
definitely.
We talk about how Nick Sarwark has a small dick, allegedly.
Oh wow!
Hey.
Wow!
Satire laws.
Satire laws. Testosterone.
Satire laws. I can say whatever I want. I said allegedly.
Okay, I'll let you say it. That's funny. Yeah, so that's going on. It's fascinating, right? When I heard about it, I was like, whoa, really? That's crazy. First of all, it surprised me because it's New Hampshire, right? I'm like, what happened to the Free State Project, right?
Right?
He ruined it because he's an asshole and a Fed, probably.
Yeah, and then apparently, I don't know what happened in Pennsylvania, but I heard it mentioned with New Hampshire. Do you guys know about it? I've only heard about what happened in New Hampshire, but not.
No, I didn't hear about what happened in Pennsylvania.
I have no idea then.
Is that
later then?
I knew Sarwark ran for some office against nobody and lost to nobody.
Oh, was that?
It might have been New Hampshire.
Pennsylvania.
I don't pay attention to that kind of stuff like that. I just saw that and thought it was hilarious.
I don't know which one that was, but I thought that was great.
He lost to none of the above. Yeah.
I love that.
That happens with Nick on occasion.
What's that?
Showed.
That happens with Nick on occasion. He loses to Noda.
He needs to go away.
Yeah. In general, I think this was good publicity. What happened at New Hampshire? It's overall really good publicity for the Mises Caucus. And I'm more just excited to see what happens next. I'm definitely a big supporter of the Mises Caucus. I appreciate that their goal is to bring the messaging of the LP back to the principles. I mean, that's the point. Like, what is the point of joining the LP if it's just going to be like another washed narrative of the Democrats or the Republican mainstream narrative at the time? Gross. I don't want that. I want the radical principles. I want to educate people. I want to wake them up. Like, do they get what's going on with the Federal Reserve? You know, do they get about how much we're taxed? Like, effectively, it's pretty much slavery. Like, if more, is it 50% that's slavery, 80% taxes? You know, like that's what the focus should be. Taxation is theft. That should be the headline, you know, and should be the party that's like always advocating for freedom, always standing up for the individual. So I'm just excited. I think it's a good publicity. Like I said, this whole drama, because it just kind of shows that the pieces of the Mises people of the Mises Caucus are coming in here with honor, right, and integrity, and that's very important.
I couldn't agree more. And, you know, the Libertarian Party should be made up of mostly radicals because our ideals are radical. Our principles are radical. And if you're not okay with that, then you're in the wrong place. You know, we want absolute freedom and absolute sovereignty, body autonomy, all of that. And I don't think that's a hard thing to get on board with. And I think that if you're not, then yeah, you're in the wrong place. And so it's been great to see the Mises Caucus come forward, even though you say this is good publicity for them. I think it's awful publicity for the party as a whole. I'm embarrassed. I hope none of my normie friends know or have heard about any of this.
Yeah.
I doubt they have.
You know what I mean? But, you know, yeah, great, fantastic for the Mises and radicals to come forward and put this back on track, hopefully.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you think
it'll be interesting.
Do you think Dave Smith's going to run for president?
I mean, based on what he's saying, he said he's definitely open to it. He's been dropping the seeds.
Really?
His feelers out for sure.
All I'm saying, have you seen his? I know you were talking about his show, Part of the Problem, but have you seen his other show?
What's his other show?
His other show is called Legion of Skanks.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
it's billed as the most offensive comedy podcast in the world. So all I'm saying is
offensive there.
Oh, it's horrible. Oh, dude, they did a Bill Cosby victim beauty pageant on there. They'll every time a porn star dies, they play music and they're like, "Hey guys, we got another dead porn star to celebrate." And yeah, it's crazy. But I'm just saying, prepare for that to be thrown in his face over and over and over. And it's the reason I'll never seek public office.
I see.
Well, I mean, look at all of the skeletons that have come to light that no one seems to give a shit about in politicians in the last 5-10 years.
Oh, like grab her by the pussy?
From Donald Trump to Hunter Biden to even Joe Biden himself. I mean, how many more embarrassing videos, laws, video clips have to come out for people to say, yeah, he's not a great guy?
Hunter Biden? I think he's misunderstood.
Really? Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. Are you guys going to the LNC where a lot of this drama will culminate?
When even is that?
In Reno?
Yeah,
when?
That's right. Next year this summer. I think
I'm going on tour that time of year. I'm not sure.
Oh.
Whatever, Caleb, you're coming.
Maybe I'll stop.
I might be a delegate just because I'm so pissed off and I'm ready to put myself through that hell that I saw on the people's faces in NOLA coming out of that room.
I will not be a delegate. I will not even put my name on there.
Nice. I might table, but I'll definitely go to be like, because there's a lot of cool people that are going. So at least that.
I miss convention so much.
Also, Wait, Reno. Isn't that Vegas? No.
It's not far
Near
from it.
Vegas.
It's not
what
far from it.
It's in Nevada, but it's not in.
Yeah, anywho.
So, thank you so much for joining us. I know you said you only had a half hour. Do you want to plug some stuff before you go? I know you have a meet and greet with Spike coming up.
Oh, yes, actually. Sure. Yeah, that's really exciting. Yep, that's my website, thepholosopher.com. At the top you'll see like Linktree link, and like you'll see in that link tree all the links to my events and stuff. Or you can just go to events.com. That's always going to show my next hosted event. Other than that, there's a lot of events I'm going to. So like you guys, if you're going, I don't know if you're able to, but it's in October. Yeah, the Tom Woods 2000th podcast. It's going to be really big.
Oh, that was the one question I had for you.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I was going to ask you about that. That's a meet and greet. We get to hang out at Tom Wood's house.
For
the Tom Woods 2000s or whatever that is.
Oh no, that's not his house. That's he's gonna have at a hotel in Orlando. But he's gonna be recording his 2000 podcast, and it's gonna be like a huge party. He's basically throwing a party for all of his listeners, and it's a free event, so you can just come. You don't even have to stay at the hotel. It's just a free event to join. And yeah, so.
And when is that?
I think it's November. So, but yeah, if you just go to tomwoods2000.com, there's that. And then we're going to YALCon, so we'll be there. I get to finally meet Ron Paul, hopefully. So that's kind of, the purpose. And to beat all the YAL people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love YALCon, except I forgot what the Y stood for. And yeah.
Young?
Luckily I didn't get a ticket for contributing.
Oh, what what the letter Y stands for?
We were handing out beers. I didn't realize that some of them weren't in 20.
Oh, okay, I can see that.
Yeah, it's not all I was handing out. Anyway.
But later you check it, they're 21. It's fine.
They had fun. We all had fun. We learned a lot. We got to meet a lot of cool Liberty people, so it was great.
I see. Yeah, so that's for events. And then we do have the I had 2 campaigns going on. I had my my patches campaign, which I started something called the Philosopher's Market this year. And I've tried different things. Like I made some keychains, some coasters, and some patches. Those seem to be doing well. So there's one campaign for that. If you just treesofliberty.org is where you can see that. And then the last thing was for the comic. I am promoting that, and I think it's actually funded. It's just at a stretch goal. So at my website too, you can see that there. So awesome. Yeah. But
awesome.
It was really fun. It was nice to meet you, Caleb.
Nice to meet you too.
Really funny. I like learning the new terms for stand-up comedy. Definitely.
Anytime.
Anytime. Oh, cool.
Anytime.
And it was nice to see you again, Dre.
You too. Anytime, of course. Sorry I was not more prepared, but thank you so much for taking the time to come visit with us.
Oh, no worries. Maybe we'll catch up in several months or something.
I hope so. This Orlando thing sounds like fun, and I'm going to talk to John about going.
Yeah, I'd love to meet you both. That'd be cool. And, you too, if you want.
Caleb?
Yeah. I don't even know when it is. My schedule is constantly revolving, but I did just have a tube of Gorilla Glue explode in my hand. So I should probably go clean that up.
That's a way to end the show. Okay.
All righty. We'll see you guys next week.
All right. Bye, Dre.
Peace out, y'all.